Waking up with
Shivraj Prashad, your host on Good Morning Grammar. Now this show is really all about you. If you hear someone using poor grammar, pronunciation or just enunciating ideas poorly, instead of being rude and correcting them, just turn them over to our Good Morning Grammar experts. Now it's time for
Theatrical Thursdays with Vivek Mansukhani.
Good morning. Today I'd like to discuss a few classic Indianisms that have found their way into our everyday vocabulary. Even though we wince when we hear someone use these words, we probably use them ourselves at times, since they've become such a part of our lives. Passing out. When you complete your studies, you graduate from that institution. You do not pass out from that institution. To pass out refers to losing consciousness, like after getting excessively drunk, though I'm not sure why we need to mix up graduating with intoxication. So if you hear someone say he's just passed out of class 12, you know there's something wrong, because at that age, the young man should certainly not be drinking, even if he topped his school results. Kindly revert. A common mistake we make is when we use the word revert to mean reply or respond. Revert means to return to a former state. But don't we hear this or read this all the time? Please revert at the earliest. I feel like saying, sure, I'll just step into a time machine and go back 100 years to my past life by 5 p.m. today. I hope you'll still recognize me. Out of station. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm out of station. What a coincidence, Vivek. I'm in a station right now. Sorry, I was just exaggerating. So out of station is totally out of date in today's times. Why can't we simply say, I'm out of town, or I'm not in Delhi, or even, I'm not here? Another Indianism I hear a lot is do one thing. So when someone approaches you with a query and your response begins with, do one thing, na? You're doing it wrong. Do one thing is definitely something that's only understood in India. It's not proper English. So a person who starts a sentence with do one thing always ends up giving you at least 5 things to do. So if you tell someone, my computer keeps getting hung, and this person says, do one thing now, clear your history, delete your cookies, check your hard drive, run a virus check, restart your computer, and the list goes on and on. And the final one is prepone. Now, prepone is probably the most famous Indianism of all time. Let's prepone the meeting from 11 a.m. to 10 a.m. Why? Because the opposite of postpone just has to be prepone, right? Well, in correct English, this word does not exist. It's a word that's been coined by Indians who are in such a rush to move to an earlier time than was originally planned that they cannot waste words. You can actually now go ahead and officially prepone that meeting or vacation or wedding and be correct, because the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary now actually lists this word, as it does many other desi words that when I was growing up, my English teacher would have put a red pen through. I think Indians have to be particularly careful when they are communicating with an international audience, whether in writing or in speaking. Using these Indianisms doesn't go down very well because the other party just doesn't understand where you're coming from. I think their eyes start popping and they're wondering, what are you talking about? Do you even know English? What is your standard of delivery of your other work going to be if you can't speak the right English, or if you're speaking something that's completely alien to them? So I think it's best to follow international practices of the right English, using the right grammar, the right words. Anyway, I will do one thing and pass out now, as this session was preponed at the last minute and I was planning to go out of station. Kindly revert to me if you want to share your own Indianisms. Namaste and take care.
Well, I'm always available on my email ID, which is vivekmansukhani35@gmail.com, or on my Instagram or Twitter @vivekmansukhani. Till then, see you again next Thursday with a new theatrical idea with me, Vivek Mansukhani, on Good Morning Grammar.
I hope what you heard was useful, but we'd love to hear from you as well. You too can feature on any episode by sending in your request or feedback with a voice message on WhatsApp on +91 962 547 5442 or via email at shivraj@brevis.in. we'd be happy to read out your message here or even play it on an entire Friday special episode. Have a good day and stay tuned for another fresh episode of Good Morning Grammar.